Hello, friends. It is Checkmate back with uh, with another video. I know it's been a while since I posted anything or updated, but the market has been shit the past couple of weeks, and unfortunately, I breached my funded account on Breakout. Um, I guess I failed to adapt to my environment on time, and I ended up breaching the limits. Now, I only managed to get about $9,000 out of the funded account overall. So I did end up making money with Breakout, um, but it just still sucks that you lose your account. And I did try to pass other challenges with other firms and Breakout as well, but I don't know. I just wasn't adjusting to my environment too much, so I felt a couple more challenges. Um, and now I think I'm gonna try to take a step back and trade with my own funds, so that maybe I can be a little more flexible with my trading. And I want to see if I can take maybe um, 5K to 100K, and yeah, let's see. It takes about 35 trades to take your 5K to 100K if you're assuming that you're gonna make 10% on your margin per trade. Of course, that's just the perfect world because you're gonna have losses. Uh, but yeah, so I'm gonna try that, and I am gonna try to do more challenges um, later. I think for now I just want to make some money with this personal account, and then after I can probably purchase another challenge, try to pass it again, and so I can have more trading power. But today I want to talk about a a couple of things. I mean, I took trades. I took a trade on Bitcoin, and I'm currently on a little shitty Ethereum long, but I'm using this new exchange. It's a DEX. It's a DEX Antarctic exchange, recommended by crypto face and traders of a similar industry. This is a trading platform that it's not centralized, and you don't have to really wait for anyone to approve your deposits or withdrawals, as you can pretty much deposit and withdraw as well. And you could also be a market maker in this thing. But anyway, I just started using it, yeah, and I wanted you guys to check it out in case you're interested. So let's go ahead and start with this quick, very simple review. We're not going to go too much into that. We're going to talk about the trades, but yeah, you click launch. The link is actually on Antarctic.exchange. You're going to click on the launch perp, and it's very simple. All you got to do is you connect your wallet. If you're using MetaMask or any of these other wallets, you can do that. And it's very simple. You connect your wallet, you sign it, you confirm, and then it'll log you in. It handles different networks. You can use Arbitrum, Ethereum, Core, Bitlayer. I like to use Ethereum just because it's the simplest. Although Arbitrum, it is cheaper to utilize. Now, as you can see, I have a little shady trade here on Ethereum. It's a 2x. It's Ethereum long. You can talk about the trade in a minute. Um, you can see my trading accounts are 5,200, and yeah, so I deposited about $5,008 to this, and took a couple of little shady trades, and one was decent one in Bitcoin. The other ones I took minor losses because I flopped and broke on those trades, and now we're taking a low risk trade in Ethereum. See if we can get something out of that. Um, But this is how the exchange looks. It looks very well. It's a very user-friendly platform. There's nothing complicated to it. You have your trading pairs here. It doesn't have a lot of trading pairs. It recently launched earlier this year, I think last month, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, you can also do demo trading. You can also participate in the market making liquidity pool, in which I believe if you provide liquidity, you can be paid of the fees that the traders pay. Here you have your order book, your chart with indicators and drawing tools. You have you can long or short with and I like the settings that they have on this exchange because you can choose whether you want your positions to be isolated, margin, or cross. Right, that's a setting that you can do at many, but not this one, merge or split. So merge is basically if I had $10,000 in the account and I already put 4,000 as margin, and I want to add more to my position. I want to DCA into my position. Um, you long in for the margin that you want to add, and it'll just adjust your entry point. It'll just be the average, the DCA. Whereas if you use the split, it'll open a whole new position. So if you had enter here and you enter more down here, it's gonna have a position here and one down here. And it could be helpful in some circumstances depending on how you trade, but I like the merge option better for now. And then here you can just leverage from 1 to 100 depending on the pair. Bitcoin, Ethereum is 100x, the rest are 50x. You can put your stop loss, take profit here, and yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can see here my position history. I started trading on this account or on this exchange in a few days ago. I think on the 9th or the 10th. As you can see, it's very recent, and I just put a couple of bullshit trades just to test out the platform and the settings and to make sure that everything was working well. And recently when I took the first 10% profit with a starting capital of about 5,000 give or take. And as you can see, I took a couple losses and I'm currently here on trade with a little bit on the water, and we'll see if that plays out or not. And so it's very simple. The way you deposit things here is basically, as you can see, the wallet says that I have no USDT, but that's because from MainMask wallet, you have to send the funds from the wallet to the smart contract, not the platform, to the smart contract, and then yeah, you click receive here, you go through the steps, and then you have to transfer that from here to the fund to the trading account. Because when you deposit, it's going to go to the funding account, and then you have to move that around to the trading account so you can trade. And as you can see, I have I deposited 2 deposits, on-chain deposits. So I deposited 10 to test out, and then I added 5,006. So that was my starting capital. And now I have currently about 5,200. Yeah. So as far as the trades go, I am taking a low risk Ethereum trade, and I say low risk because I'm front running this trade. I technically should be waiting for a more confident breakout of the trend line. As you can see, we have a downtrend of about 70 days. The downtrend started all the way over here. However, we're doing a trend line breakout strategy. We have touched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And I don't know if we're gonna get any much lower, so I'm trying to front run this trade. Hopefully it doesn't take me out. If it takes me out, then I'll be looking to re-enter somewhere down here, depending on what I see. But based on this hits, I just think that it's low risk for me to just risk my money in case if it does break out. You can target this area here for about $1,000 USDT profit, which would put us at 6.2K on the account. And like I said, I'm trying to do the 5K to 100K challenge over time, see what I can do. I'm not an expert, I'm not a pro, and this is just a documentation of my journey. I do use Market Cipher to trade. Uh, the higher time frames, they don't look as bullish, but I did see when I got into the trade earlier, I was seeing some good things. You know, money flow was coming up, the momentum waves where we have an anchor, trigger. However, these RSIs are kind of in the middle, so that should have been a red flag for me that the RSIs probably would have to come back down to the bottom before we can enter. But I front run this trade, and same with 5 minute. We have anchor, triggers. Money flow is actually curving back down, but I think earlier it was a little lower. And then we have the 10 minute. You know, when I got into the trade, it looked a little different. We had these big deep momentum waves. Now we have the trigger. Money flow is getting thinner to the upside. So I was seeing some things that are justified by the people there, as well as the this zone right here, which I will talk about in a minute. And then here, I think anything after the 30 minute was starting to look a little blurry. But like I said, it's a low risk trade because we're so close to the trend line into the support area. On the 7 hour, you're gonna see a nice level. And if you run your volume tool, you can see that the point of control is in the middle, right here. Additionally, we also have a we have a 382 favorite tracement level. If you put it from this low, you'll have a 0.5, and from this low, you'll have a 618, which is what I saw. If you sum it to the lower time frames, you can see that you can move the tool. It aligns with this level. So we have a couple of confluences that would suggest this to be a good bottom or local bottom. But then again, with everything that's going on with the tariffs and shit, things could be a little unpredictable regardless of what the level is. And I'm just placing my bet that because of we're so close to this trend line, we're gonna see some sort of breakout soon to the upside. And I just wanted to front on the trade. So hopefully it doesn't whip me out. But if it does, it's whatever. It's a small trade, small risk. And yeah, I also took a Bitcoin trade recently, which was I entered somewhere here. It was also a breakout of the trend line. Here we have our spider lines. Can ignore those for now. But we have this downtrend for a long time, and then we just recently broke out, I think on Friday. So my entry point was somewhere around here, 82.7 give or take, and then I was in the trade in profit, and it came back to my entry point, and then it shot up. I took profits here. I took profits here because what I was in a market cipher. Also, this was enough to get me to about $500 profit, which was 10% of the margin. And like I said, the rule is you only need about 35 trades to get to where you want to go. If you just target 10% on margin per trade. And now I took some losses after, so that's why my capital has gone down. But yeah, those are the only things that I've been doing. And hopefully we'll get a good trade. If not, we'll just try again. And yeah, it was a long time since I posted anything, since I traded anything. I was trying to trade forex on a different prop firm, and I had a really good short going on the USD to Mexican peso, but there was a announcement that wicked it to the upside along with the rest of the market, and it took me out. It breached my account, and then it dumped to the target. Um, you know, I guess things just happen. Yeah, with that being said, I hope you check out this exchange. It's fairly new. It's decentralized. It was recommended by CryptoFace and other traders. And so, yeah, until next time.